It started like any other night. The internet was quiet. Fans were scrolling through their usual feeds. A few nostalgic posts about Meteor Garden here and there. Maybe a throwback video of Wang teasing Shen during a press tour. Nothing out of the ordinary. Until a single post shattered the silence. The title read, "They thought we would never know." No one expected what came next. A series of screenshots. Private conversations. Intimate messages. Allegedly between Wang and Shen. The same two stars fans have been shipping for years. And this time it wasn't speculation. It felt real. The first message was simple, but powerful. "I hate pretending sometimes. When I'm near you in front of everyone, and I have to act like I don't feel everything all at once, it drives me insane." That message was allegedly from Dylan. And the response? Equally heartbreaking. "We chose this path. But sometimes I wish I could just take your hand in public and not worry about what the world thinks." Those words sent shockwaves through the fanbase. Was this true? Was this real? For years fans believed there was more behind the scenes. The way Dylan looked at her during interviews. The way Shen blushed when his name came up unexpectedly. The giggles. The stolen glances. But this felt like a doorway into their hidden world. More screenshots appeared. Messages filled with longing, confession, even pain. In one, Dylan wrote, "Do you remember that night in Jeju when you cried because you thought I would stop fighting for us? I want you to know, I never stopped." And Shen's reply? "It was soft but unforgettable. You never had to say it. I felt it every time you looked at me, like I was the only one in the room." People could hardly believe it. Within hours, hashtags exploded across social media. Hashtag DylanShenChats. Hashtag Let Them Love. Hashtag Real or Staged. Millions weighed in. One fan wrote, "They gave us a love story on screen, but the one behind the scenes, it might be even more beautiful." Another said, "This isn't just gossip. These are real emotions. Real memories. If this is true, they've loved in silence for too long." But then, things got even more intense. A voice note surfaced. Yes, a voice note. Dylan's unmistakable voice whispered, "I love you in ways I cannot explain with words. You are every part of my peace and my chaos." That voice memo went viral in less than 20 minutes. People replayed it over and over. Some cried. Others sat in silence. One popular fan account posted, "I've heard him say thousands of lines, but I've never heard his voice like that. Soft. Broken. In love." And just when fans thought the day couldn't get more surreal, a video clip resurfaced. A behind-the-scenes moment from an old photo shoot. No lines. No cameras rolling officially. Just Dylan. Just Shen. He brushes her hair aside. She laughs nervously. Their eyes meet. There's no sound, but you can feel the energy, the tension, the history. Suddenly, fans started putting the puzzle together. That look they shared on stage at that award show. The matching bracelets they once wore. The way Dylan once described his ideal girl, and everyone said, "That's literally Shen." It was like the internet woke up from a dream and realized, maybe this love story had been real all along. Even more fuel was added when a former stylist for both stars posted cryptically on her private story. "Some secrets aren't meant to stay secrets forever. They tried their best. But love always finds its way to the light." Fans screenshotted the post, and the internet exploded again. By nightfall, something rare happened. Fans began organizing online vigils, meetups, candlelit signs. One fan stood outside a major entertainment studio, holding a sign that read, "You taught us how to love on screen. Let us support your real one off screen." Another fan, barely 13 years old, was seen holding a framed photo of Dylan and Shen with these words written underneath. "You were my first love story. I just want yours to be free." And in the middle of it all, something subtle, yet powerful happened. Shen liked a tweet. Just one. It read, "If it's true, I just want them to be happy. They deserve the kind of love that doesn't hide in the shadows." It was like a silent confirmation, a quiet nod to the truth. Dylan, meanwhile, said nothing. Not a tweet. Not a post. Not a single word. But somehow that silence spoke louder than anything. Because sometimes love doesn't need to be declared to the world. It just exists. In shared glances. In late-night chats. In the spaces between what we say and what we feel. And now the world had seen a glimpse of theirs. Whether those messages were leaked by accident or released with purpose, one thing is certain. The story of Dylan Wang and Shen is no longer just fiction. It's something much more real, much more fragile, and much more unforgettable. This wasn't just gossip. This was the unraveling of a love story, hidden in silence, protected by shadows, and finally, illuminated by truth. And in the hearts of millions of fans around the world, it will be remembered forever. Everything seemed calm after that quiet walk through Seoul. Dylan, Shen, and the little boy walking hand in hand. No cameras. No words. Just a moment of peace. But peace does not last forever. Especially in a world that is always watching. And the peace they thought they had was only the beginning of something bigger. Something the world would not be ready for. Because their story was not finished. It had only just begun. For weeks there was silence. No interviews. No fan sightings. No photos. But deep in the quiet, something was unfolding. A new project was in the works. One that would bring Dylan and Shen back together. On screen. For the first time in years. At first no one believed it. But then, a leaked casting list revealed two familiar names. Wang Hedi, Shen Yu. The title of the drama was simple, but powerful. Homecoming. And just like that, fans erupted. Was this just another drama? Or was this their way of telling the world their story? Through fiction, with whispers of the truth. Days later, paparazzi caught them arriving on set. Dylan carrying his own backpack. Shen holding a small bag with toys inside. And between them, the child. He was dressed like any other child. But the way they looked at him, with care, with warmth, with silent communication, it was clear. This was not just a visit. This was a part of their life now. But the biggest shock came when a member of the crew posted something on her private blog. She described a moment during filming that left everyone speechless. There was a scene where Dylan had to cry while holding a child. It was written into the script. The director called action. And Dylan broke. Real tears. Real shaking. Not just performance, but something real. Something raw. And when the camera stopped, he did not move. Because in that moment, he was not acting. He was holding his own son. The child had wandered onto set quietly, curious, looking for his parents. And Dylan, without missing a beat, held him close. The director kept the camera rolling. And what they captured was not fiction. It was truth. The crew stood still. Even Shen, watching from behind the monitor, had tears in her eyes. This was no longer just a show. This was life. Unfiltered. And when the teaser trailer dropped, it shook the internet. In one scene, Dylan whispers to the child, "You are the reason I breathe." Fans broke down. Because those words felt too personal, too real. And in the background, Shen's character is watching them, eyes filled with love and loss. The world could not tell where the story ended and where real life began. And just when people thought they had seen it all, something else happened. Something even more powerful. A handwritten letter surfaced, posted quietly on a small fan page. No official signature. No press release. Just ink on paper. It began like this. To those who watched us grow, and those who stood by us. Thank you for letting us protect what matters most. The letter spoke of silence, of sacrifice, of choosing love behind the curtains rather than applause under the spotlight. It did not mention names, but it did not have to. At the bottom was a single line. He calls her mama, and he calls me home. That was all it took. The letter went viral, shared across every corner of social media, translated into a dozen languages, because people knew This